Guys, I think what I'm about to say will make some people angry. I know that right away. But if you've been watching this show for a while, you know I'm not here to make everyone feel good. I'm telling you the truth. Today, we're going to talk about something that's spreading like a virus in the XRP team. This is what I call the fake XRP wealth shift. More and more people are investing all of their money in XRP because of dreams, prophecies, and self-proclaimed gurus who say it will make them rich fast. Also, I'm not here to make fun of anyone's hope or faith. It's when hope turns into blind belief and belief turns into bad money choices that people get hurt. For those who have heard that XRP will revalue tomorrow or that the wealth transfers this week, this video is for you. We're going to talk about what's really going on behind the scenes. That message. Hello and welcome back to our channel. This is where we tell the difference between hype and truth and teach you how to build wealth in a smart way that will last for generations. Thanks so much for all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions. It lets this channel get the truth to the people who need it most by cutting through the noise. Press the like button now if you're ready to talk. First, let me tell you a story. When XRP was worth only 2 cents, I bought some. For sure, 2 pennies. I sold my house to buy this one. I had a lot of faith in it, and it paid off big time. XRP changed my life by giving me money. But I've never lied about this. If I had been as focused as I was in 2017 and 2018, when I turned $10,000 into $1 million in less than a year, I could have made a lot more. About 8. A few months ago, I made a choice that shocked many people. I sold half of my XRP and got rid of it. And wow, the community's response was crazy. The comments blew up. DMs went crazy. Some people told me I gave up on the XRP army. I didn't sell, though, because I had lost hope. I sold because I saw a pattern. This is a pattern that every experienced investor sees when a group of people goes from being sincerely committed to having a cult-like mindset. See, over the last few years, XRP has been given a false sense of direction through smart marketing and dishonest business practices. The idea that always having diamond hands means you are rich. Behind the scenes, companies have been giving that group millions or even billions of tokens every month, even though they were told not to sell them. It is a great trick. Get retailers to hold on for a long time while insiders quietly cash out. That's not a swap of money. That's taking money from someone. That's what I want to keep you safe today. But this isn't a negative rant, because the truth is that it's still early and there are a lot of opportunities. But only if you know the difference between believing something and being blind to it. That's why Dylan and I made the base ecosystem course, which ends at midnight tonight. We're showing you how to really use crypto, how to safely store your coins, use platforms correctly, and find early-stage projects before they 10x. Because old talk isn't what will bring in the next wave of wealth. It comes from people who know how the system works. That's what I call being brave. Creativity and guts. The guts to think outside the box, own up, and stop doing what everyone else does. Especially when that crowd is screaming, buy more XRP now without understanding why. Being courageous means doing the hard thing and stepping back, doing your own study, and saying, I'm not going to be exit liquidity for someone else's marketing campaign. So, here's my challenge for you. How long have you heard for sure that XRP will go up in value tomorrow? How many other chances have you missed in the last month, year, or 5 years because you were waiting for that one story that never came? We need to stop focusing on opium and start focusing on schooling instead. Holding your breath won't bring about real wealth transfer. It will happen when you know how this market really works. Let's start with the most important thing you need to know. Find out how this false story about wealth transfer was made and why so many good people keep believing it. Let us now set the scene for what's really going on with this XRP wealth transfer. Since this isn't just about one coin, it's about how crypto stories are put together and how they can become emotional traps that cost people their money. You see, every bull market makes 2 types of buyers. 1, the students who learn, change, and come up with plans. 2, the people who believe in a person, a vision, or a promise. Belief can feel like knowledge, which is a dangerous thing about crypto. When someone is sure of themselves, they wear a suit and say, I know where this is going. This sounds like they're an expert. But 9 times out of 10, it's marketing. How hype works in the mind. Let's be honest. Right now, people need hope more than ever. It's been a long time since the last market crash, inflation, government chaos, and layoffs. People need something they can trust. For many, XRP was the light at the end of the cave. But there's a catch. It's hard to tell the difference between believing and bias when you mix faith and money. Why not just say, does this make sense? The idea of a fake wealth shift began when people began to wonder, what if this time they're right? Lack of control, not out of desperation. Every day, you hear it. XRP will gain value overnight. The banks are going to turn the light on and off. There is already wealth written in the stars for your family. At the same time, the same people pushing that story are getting rid of tokens, offering courses, and collecting money from ads. They're not that. The market is just doing what it has always done. When price movement stops, people tell stories. That which makes it work. I call this the circle of controlled hope. It's easy but harsh. First, write a story that makes people feel something. We've been picked. We are doomed. Step 2. Get endorsements, fake charts, and social proof to back up your claims. Step 3. Make things urgent. Any day, the switch could turn on or off. Step 4. Keep the crowd waiting while insiders hand out the goods. It's really smart because it plays on people's fears of losing out and their desire to be a part of something bigger. And this isn't just a guess. Remember Bitcoin in 2017, Dogecoin in 2021, or Luna in 2022. Different names for the same pattern. The market works by playing with people's minds. Fantasy is punished and patience is rewarded. The XRP twist. All right, let's talk about XRP now. There has been talk of a reset event for many years. They have been told that banks will overnight switch to XRP as the new world standard. This is the truth. It takes time for institutions to change. They go through stages. They try, pilot, scale, and control. Yes, XRP has a lot of promise. We've talked about that for a long time. You're setting yourself up for failure if you think the whole financial system will just flip the switch and award small investors overnight. For being let down. And while you wait for that fantasy to come true, you're missing out on the real possibilities that are happening now in DeFi, microcaps, the base ecosystem, and real on-chain innovation. My alarm clock. When I started selling some of my XRP 8 months ago, it was my own wake-up call. It scared people. People thought I was against the community, but I was just defending what I had already worked for. I have seen these processes happen again and again. In 2017, I went from having $10,000 to having $1 million because I invested the money I made in new projects. Many people believe the story more than the picture, so I saw them ride XRP all the way up and then all the way back down in 2020. History is not all rhymes. This is how crypto works. Copy and paste. The point. I'm not. XRP won't go off the charts in the future. I still think it will play a part in the long run. The fake wealth shift isn't about XRP though. It's about a way of thinking that keeps people stuck in hope instead of learning and holding instead of growing. I'm going to break that for you today. You can finally stop being the product and start being the player if you understand how this hype system works. Now, here's the deal. When you see who gains from the fuss, everything makes sense. Because there is someone trying to sell you something behind every hold forever ad. That's where we'll go next. The real point of no return. Who is behind this fake shift of wealth and how do they make money while retail stores lose? Okay, guys, now we're getting to the part that really shows what's going on. Because diamond hands will always be behind every hold strong. Message is someone making a lot of money off of people who believe it. That's it again. It's not just an idea that the fake wealth shift exists. An insider, an influencer, or even a company may have mastered this real plan. They build groups based on faith. They keep saying the same things over and over. The change is about to happen. The reset is coming up. Anytime now, XRP will be worth more. And while everyone is feeling angry or sad, they quietly sell billions of coins. The extraction machine that is quiet. Take a look. Why would a company want to sell billions of XRP when the price is already so low? You can't just sell on the open market. You must have buyers. People who believe in you should always be willing to give you those gifts and even thank you for them. That's where the story comes in. They turn the community into an absorption layer by giving the impression that wealth is on the way. Retail turns into the exit cash, which is the ideal situation. Not against the law. It's not even a secret. It's just smart marketing dressed up in an emotional story. And it's been that way month after month, year after year. A huge amount of XRP was sent to exchanges, partnership wallets, and third-party managers. This XRP eventually ended up in the hands of regular people thanks to hype. The insiders, on the other hand, work on other projects, buy new technology, and quietly get ready for the next market turn. The sad part is how shopping is messed with. It's not because stores are stupid. It's because people work in stores. We're built to believe. We want to know for sure. We want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. When someone tells us a story that sounds like fate, especially one that says we'll never have to worry about money again, our brain stops asking questions. People have maxed out their credit cards, sold their homes, and cashed out their retirement funds because they thought they were in a secret group of chosen people. The thing is, it's not a secret. Who is on the other side of your buy order is the only thing that's hidden. The point of no return. This is where things break. The event that finally got me to speak out. Earlier this year, when retail engagement was at its highest, I saw a trend. Trends, hashtags, and leaders on Twitter were all screaming, "Flip the switch." A huge XRP movement began to show up on-chain. A lot of tokens are going from escrow to wallets on exchanges. The most talk about shopping hits its peak in the same week. It's not an accident. It's called planning. I couldn't keep quiet after seeing that because I've been there. I've bought the top because someone I trusted told me it was the right time. I've also held on to bags while insiders cashed out. I promised myself that would never happen again, and I would never let that happen to my viewers either. The circle of manipulation. This is the pattern. It's almost like surgery. The hype phase. Gurus and influential people spread hope. Don't make big promises. Phase of distribution. Insiders sell tokens, banks hedge, the market drops, panic spreads, the accumulation phase begins, and insiders buy back shares. A lot less money. In every rising market since Bitcoin's start, the same four-step cycle has been used. Now it's dressed up in faith-based marketing and language that sounds like a prophecy, which makes it even more powerful on an emotional level. They're not just selling coins, they're selling a reason to do something. That's what I want people to see, the way up call. You can believe in XRP without any fault. There is nothing wrong with hanging on for a long time, but it is very wrong to let your feelings get in the way of your reasoning. The truth is dangerous when a group of people in a community act like an echo chamber. These are the times when smart buyers quietly leave the market. This is why I sold some of my XRP. It's not that I lost faith in its future, it's just that I won't be a part of a system that uses faith to make money. Now that new environments like Base are taking off, we're seeing a change, a move toward real. New ideas, real risks, and real plans. That's where the real opportunities are, not in old hype. Because it's possible to stop being influenced once you know how it works. You need to stop responding emotionally. You start to plan your actions. That's when you change from someone who can quickly sell their shares to someone who can sell their shares for a profit. We will now take this one step at a time. What this system is really like on the inside, how companies sell tokens using wealth transfer language, and how to spot it before it happens again. Guys, let's pull back the curtain and take a look at how this fake wealth shift really works. Because you will never look at crypto talk the same way again after seeing the system work. First, make it seem like fate is going to happen. Story engineering is the first step in every manipulation loop. A few loudspeakers begin to plant the seed. Either XRP will be worth more soon or the big flip is happening this month. People want to accept it, so the message gets around quickly on Twitter, YouTube, and Telegram. All of a sudden, even small changes in prices become confirmations. Every story about Ripple is proof. Behind the scenes, big holders, exchanges, early investors, and even some business wallets are getting ready for the next releases that are planned. They need the market to be open so that they can sell without the price going through the roof. Getting people to be excited enough to buy anything that moves is the best way to get that liquidity. That's the first step. Hope that is made is the same as demand that is made. Step 2. Getting rid of things through liquidity openings. When excitement is at its highest, insiders start to spread. It's not a huge dump. It's selling by programming. They give out tokens in a number of different ways, including regular escrow unlocks, over-the-counter OTC deals that end up on exchanges, marketing budgets that are turned into real money, and programs that sound good but are really just ways to move inventory. Each batch isn't too big to crash the chart, but it happens often enough to let followers get their hands on more. People in the retail market keep buying because influencers are yelling, "Don't sell." Insiders are happy because they now have ways to get out of the market. Step 3. Use social proof against them. As the sharing takes place, social proof keeps the illusion going. You'll see photos of whales buying, posts from people who say they just went all in, and memes about private islands and Lamborghinis. It's war on the mind, the fear of being left behind. Algorithms make it stronger. YouTube clips that glow. Charts. It says on TikTok that the fix is here. There was fake optimism in the comment parts. It doesn't need to be planned out. By its very nature, people naturally coordinate. Because of this, the neighborhood now polices itself. People who don't believe the story are called fusters. That's when the trap is shut because there is no longer any good doubt. Step 4 is the safe crash. When it's spread out enough, the trigger stops working. The price stops moving, the movement stops, and all of a sudden there is a sell-off. Sales drop during times of retail fear. Insiders, meanwhile, buy back at a much lower price, ready to do it all over again the next turn. From the outside, it looks like just another drop in crypto. To those who planned it, so it's business as usual. Step 5. See it coming before it does. How can you tell this is true before you get caught? Every time I show my videos, I say this. Not the news, but the on-chain info. A red flag is when you see big transfers from escrow or company wallets right when the hype is at its highest. Watch when influencers post. When dozens of stations all of a sudden start using the same positive phrase, it's likely because the algorithm told them to, not because of a revelation. Keep an eye on the exchange's liquidity. When the mood is very bullish and the stock on order books goes up, it means that someone is getting ready to sell. Look at tokenomics. It's not an accident if unlocked schedules or ecosystem grants match up with pump stories. These are not signs of divine planning, but of a liquidity event that was planned. Step 6. Get rich for real. Instead, the cure is easy but not very popular. Getting educated and expanding. If you believe in the basics of XRP, keep a core position in it. However, take profits in stages and put small amounts back into new ecosystems, Base, React, decentralized exchanges, and infrastructure projects that already have goods that work. That's how experts build up their profits. They use the money they make from being mature to come up with new ideas, not to keep hoping. Your real wealth doesn't change hands. Actions based on knowledge make it happen. To stay on the right side of the trade, you need to know about trends, how tokens work, and people's minds. The most important thing to remember from this whole failure is this. People don't mess with markets because they're bad. People use them to get what they want. You can't blame someone once you accept the truth, the system, and learn how to use it. Let's go one step further now. You'll not only protect yourself, but you'll also be ready for the real wealth transfer that's coming if you can see these cycles and plan ahead. That's the next thing we'll talk about. The long-term plan for how to do well in the next crypto cycle. Let's move on to something else now that we know how this fake wealth transfer game works. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant to get you ready. Truth be told, we're about to enter one of the greatest financial chances ever, but only for those who will learn from the past and be disciplined in the future. You have no power over manipulation, but you do have power over how you react to it. And that's the secret that every long-term crypto winner learns in the end: how to really get rich. See, the real shift of wealth doesn't happen overnight like that. Revaluation. It's when people who don't know much slowly learn more and become more patient. The same thing happens every time. Due to the hype, stores come in late. Based on facts, institutions quietly build up early on. Once the next big wave comes along, it's the smart, not the emotional, who become very wealthy. So that's the real change from thinkers to doers. That's not the question. When will the switch go off? How often are you going to play games like the people who made the switch? Changing the way you think. This next bull run isn't just for Bitcoin or XRP. It has to do with blockchain technology. It has to do with the base ecosystem, which includes decentralized markets like definitive tokenized finance and cross-chain liquidity. These are the networks that will power the next global economy. And the winners aren't the ones who are waiting for magic dates. Right now, while everyone else is still arguing on Twitter about conspiracies and predictions, they are studying these systems. That's why I want you to learn the game first. Learn how wallets work, how supply is affected by economics, how projects get real users, and how money moves. Because you stop just watching when you know how to talk blockchain. Instead, you become a planner who plays the long game. This is the plan I've used for years and the one I teach in the base ecosystem class. 1. Don't lose your heart. I'm still holding on to XRP for a long time. It is not a myth, it is infrastructure. 2. Take profits in a smart way. Peel off small pieces when markets are busy. Don't fall in love with the cost. Instead, love your goals. 3. Spread your risk early on. Start with small wins to find new projects that could be good. It's better for 10 small seeds to grow than one big tree that might fall. 4. Keep your possessions safe. Do not let them use swaps. Don't carry cash. Keep your future safe from the same system that drives the market. That's how pros deal with change. Not by hoping for a miracle, but by making habits that add up to something bigger. Take a step back. Right now, something bigger than XRP is going on. We are slowly seeing standard finance, decentralized networks, ETFs, tokenized assets, CBDCs, and real-world assets on-chain come together. It all goes in the same direction, which is integration. There is no more cash. The settlement is happening right now. It's becoming normal to be open and honest. People who know how to use open systems will be ahead of everyone else when that world comes to a full stop because they won't have to guess. They'll be in charge. That's the real goal. Not just one night of instant wealth, but 10 years of steady progress in a whole new financial context. What an offer. Yes, you should call out the fake. Don't believe the hype, but don't leave the market mad either. Come back in with a plan. The next wave of crypto millionaires won't just believe everything they hear. They'll come from having creative bravery, or being brave as I call it. The bravery to think outside the box and to take small risks while other people chase their dreams. Having a balanced and humble mind is also important. If you're smart and plan ahead, you can build wealth that lasts long after the noise stops. What should you remember from all of this? It's not to give up on XRP. It means giving up the fantasy. Because you start making your own wealth when you stop waiting for someone else to give it to you. Right now, that's what I want to leave you with. Last but not least, remember to stay grounded, stay smart, and never let anyone sell you your dream. Hey guys, I know this message was longer than usual, but the truth has to hit hard sometimes because this place doesn't like romantic ideas. It awards being ready. Please know that I understand if what I said today has made you feel down, confused, or even angry. But keep this in mind. I'm not here to be rude to you. I'm here to wake you up. The fake XRP wealth transfer isn't about how bad XRP is. Fear is used as a weapon against the people who made this town strong in the first place. The goal is to break the circle of manipulation before it wipes out yet another generation of small investors. To move money around, someone doesn't have to flip a switch. It happens every time you choose to be smart about your profits, think critically, and spend with courage. Think like that, and an owner will become a builder and a believer will become a leader. And this neighborhood needs more of that. Chiefs. Some people are ready to stay focused and say, I'm not here for hype. I'm here for strategy. People who learn the system, protect their capital, and help others do the same. If that sounds like you, stay focused. Be diligent and keep your head down. You'll be ahead of 99% of the market then. Don't wait for luck. Please do not wait for wonders. Figure out what will happen. Have guts. Be brave enough to think for yourself and go against what everyone else says. Because the biggest wealth move in history is already happening, and those who are ready will get it. I'll see you at the top if you stay smart, humble, and safe. If you thought this message was helpful, please click the like button, subscribe to XRP Bull, and turn on alerts. We'll be sending you more real news, strategies, and chances soon.